It's said that jeans are the most common type of trousers worn worldwide. In thousands of washes, styles and fits the world over, they are the pants of every man. As we all know, some people found some gold in California, and something called the Gold Rush began in 1848. The miners rushing for the gold knew they wanted durable clothes to wear during manual labor. The miners needed a more robust way to affix pockets to their jeans. This problem was solved by a man named Jacob Davis, who used metal rivets so the jeans wouldn't tear. He wanted to patent his genius idea, but like most creative people, he was broke. 5 years later, in 1853, a fellow named Leob Strauss moved from New York to San Francisco to start a clothing supply business. This man would later become Levi Strauss. Almost 20 years later, in 1872, Jacob Davis wrote to Levi and offered him a cut if he would pay for the patent. And waist overalls were born. Jeans were seriously called waist overalls. The jeans were just riveted and sold until 1886, when Levi sewed a leather label on them, showing the jeans being pulled between two horses to demonstrate the sheer strength of their robust denim material. If even two horses couldn't tear the jeans, they'd surely survive in a mine. A pair of jeans could be bought around this time in the US for about $1.50. Levi Strauss & Co.'s patent went public in 1891, and many other companies began to use the idea of riveted clothing. Jeans became more and more popular over the next 40 years, after the invention of cinema, mostly making appearances in Western films. Cowboys, the epitome of masculinity and cool, did wonders for the popularity of denim waist overalls. Tourists would even visit Western America and return home with their very own. So cool. Around World War II, supplies were thin and less jeans were made, but it was also around this time that American soldiers introduced waist overalls to the rest of the world by wearing them when off duty. Other companies outside of Western America, like Wrangler and Lee, began to manufacture their own. By the 50s, denim had become popular with counterculture youths, and they renamed waist overalls jean pants, which sounds less stupid by today's standards. Due to the James Dean Rebellious Association, many US schools even banned students from wearing denim. But by the 60s, it wasn't unusual or scary for students to be wearing the fabric. Jeans even began to be made in different styles, accompanying the trends of the day. Patches, embroidery, bright colors, flares. Jeans were still pretty hard to get outside of the US, and envious young people wrote to the US jean manufacturers pleading for them to send jeans around the world. Their wish was granted by a lax in world trade for the 70s, when jeans were made more frequently by underpaid people in sweatshops in the American South. Jeans became cheaper and more people could afford them. Then came the 80s, when fashion designers caught on and invented high-end jeans, with their own labels and special designs. The denim was fancier, the allure more alluring. Sales of jeans continued to skyrocket. By this time, they were the most potent symbol of American style on earth. In the 90s, recession hit. Jeans stopped selling as well. It wasn't that cool to be seen in something your parents still wore pathetically to relive the days of their youth. Young people turned to other fabrics. They still wore denim, of course, but in new finishes and styles. As fashion trends come and go, and the confusing nature of retro muddles current style up into an if-you-can-pull-it-off set of rules and flux, denim jeans continue to be a staple of every wardrobe. From dressy to functional, short, long, bedazzled, stonewashed, sandblasted, bleached in any and every color, distressed, shrunk, baggy or tight, jeans are something. Like taking your shoes off at the airport or drinking Coca-Cola, everybody wears jeans. Of course, not all jeans are created equally, but all jeans still evoke that same American workwear symbolism that led to their initial popularity. An American classic.